Today we shall discuss the particular excerpt that is being taken, it is being written by Indira Munshi, which is Laws of Land and Livelihood. It is about the Adivasis. It is about the life of Adivasis, how they are deprived of their land, how their shifting cultivation is considered as wasteful and destructive, how money lenders loot them and make them work, how Adivasis they revolt against their local oppressions and administrators, how they demand land, foreign rights, lower taxes, lower prices for food and liquor. So all this, their strive for their rights is being seen. How post-independence time, how their situation is being changing. How tribals are considered as trespassers. How due to the alienation of land, percentage of cultivators have decreased. The tribals, they mostly migrate and search for jobs because they don't have future in the forest, staying in the forest. Then industries and development projects are aiming at those areas which are very good in natural resources. Displacement has affected 50% of Adivasis, and then the mostly affected ones are the women. Then the policies of globalization and liberalization has only accelerated the process of alienation of the Adivasis from their natural resources. And what result is insecurity. Multinational companies are set up, and then this destroys the resources, livelihoods and traditions. Mining and quarrying is another thing, and which also often ends up with the clashes of the local people with the private sector. The reasons of these clashes are mainly ecological destruction, loss of traditional livelihood of Adivasis, and displacement. For example, in Chhattisgarh, many people are affected by malnutrition and low development. PESA Act in 1996 have brought up that the self-governance can be done by Gram Sabha, and they can decide, it has to be brought to the knowledge of the Gram Sabha when some resettlement is being done or an alienation is being done. Mining activities have caused lots of devastation. Many of the Adivasis go in search of their job and they leave their land and they go. Then that is resettlement. Then policy makers, they are incapable of providing Adivasis whatever policies they have designed. They are incapable of implementing it. For example, the Scheduled Tribes Bill of 2005 is set for the rights of Adivasis, and then they are aimed at giving jobs to these Adivasis in protecting and conserving the forest, but then it only end up in partial implementation. The Santals and all, many of the Adivasis are coming up, they are growing up, they are coming up, they are being developed, and then even Santal women have done campaigns. And in the last paragraph, women's right to land and property is also being discussed in the last paragraph of this excerpt. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Thank you.